All right. Good morning. The court's going to take up the next case. Cause number is CV2106205. This is in the interest of Drayden Brooks and Deanna Nickerson children. The case today is set for resumption of a show cause hearing that originally commenced on July 15, 2021, and was reset to resume today. The hearing is being conducted pursuant to emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court via Zoom video conference. Participating in the hearing today on behalf of the department is Investigator Jeffrey Yoder, to engage case manager Megan Davis, supervisor Angela Metter, and Brown County Attorney Shane Britton. The mother of the child is Jamie Nickerson, and I'll confirm just in a moment whether she is participating in the hearing. Patrick Howard was appointed at the last hearing as her attorney at Litem for the case, and Mr. Howard is participating in the hearing today. The father of the child, Gianna, is William Nickerson, and I'll confirm in a moment whether he is participating. The father of the child, Drayden Brooks, is Mercedes Brooks, and I believe Mr. Brooks is participating. The attorney ad litem for the children is Emily Miller, and she is participating in the hearing today. The CASA guardian ad litem representatives for the children are Michelle Wells and Betty Salisbury, both of whom are participating in the hearing today. All right, let me check. I show a gentleman on a device labeled K51, who I believe may be Mr. Nickerson. Mr. Nickerson, are you participating in our hearing today? Okay, I thought that was you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Also have someone participating by phone. The area code is 817. The last three digits are 823. If you're on that phone, could you identify yourself, please?
That's me, Jamie.
Okay. Jamie Nickerson, the mother of the children, is also participating in the hearing by phone. All right. Mr. Britton, could you advise the court and the other parties again what orders the department is seeking today?
Sure, Judge. The department seeking to be named as the temporary managing conservator of both children. Their mother would be named as a temporary possessory conservator, and each of the children's fathers would be named as temporary possessory conservators as well. Both children are currently placed with their fathers, and it is our recommendation that they both remain with their fathers. We believe that is in their best interest at this time. A family service plan will be created for all of the parents that sets forth all of those tasks that they need to accomplish in order to have their children permanently returned to them.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Howard, you were appointed at the after the last hearing. Have you had the chance to confer with Ms. Nickerson about her position on the orders requested, or do you need time to confer with her?
Judge, we've had a chance to talk, and I want to make an announcement here in a second about something else, but okay. Mom is in agreement. Mom is in agreement with those orders. She is in agreement with the department being named temporary managing conservatorship. She thinks these kids should be placed with their fathers if they can't be placed with her, and she's eager to resolve the issues and try to get her kids back into her custody.
Okay, thank you. All right. Let's see, I'll start with you, Mr. Nickerson. My notes indicate at the last hearing, you indicated you were in agreement with the orders being requested. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. Brooks, same to you. My notes indicate you were also in agreement with the orders requested by the department at this point. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Miller, regarding the orders being requested, what is your position on those orders?
I'm in agreement with the orders being requested, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Wells and Ms. Salisbury, what is CASA's position?
CASA is in agreement.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Howard, you said you had an announcement, was there none about any need to address?
Well, sure, Judge, just for full disclosure and for the record, I know I'm appointed Miss Nickerson. I know William Nickerson mainly through the community. I think at one point I may even have consulted with him regarding a case he had unrelated to his kids or anything else in the past. I don't know if there's a conflict there, but I thought I would get it out for the record now and make sure that Miss Nickerson and Mr. Nickerson knows about it on the record. That said, I don't think anything about that changes her agreement today, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, let me start with Ms. Nickerson. Ms. Nickerson, the court had appointed Mr. Howard to represent you in the case, and if the case continues beyond this point, I would propose to continue him in that position unless you or Mr. Nickerson have an objection. Do you object to Mr. Howard remaining as your attorney at this point?
No, I don't object.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Nickerson, any objection to Mr. Howard continuing as Ms. Nickerson's attorney?
No, sir.
Thank you. All right, the court then, based on the announcements of the parties, will make the findings required in section 262.201 of the Texas Family Code. I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator of the children. Each of the parents are appointed as temporary possessory conservators of the children. The children remain in their current placements with their respective fathers in the case under the department's temporary managing conservatorship. The department's ordered to provide services to the parents addressing concerns they may have about the safety and welfare of the children as the case progresses, and the parents are ordered to participate in those services. We'll have a status hearing where those services can be outlined more fully as we go forward in the case, and that'll be set on September 9th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Initial permanency hearing is set for January 6, 2022 at 10:30. A permanency hearing and pretrial is set for May 5th, 2022 at 9. A trial, if needed, is set for July 28, 2022 at 2. And I am required to notify any parents in this type of case that because of the nature of these proceedings, your parental custodial rights and duties to your children may be subject to restriction or even termination in your progress, and the court orders or plans of service will be reviewed at future hearings in the case. That being said, the goal of the law in Texas is for children placed in the department's custody to end up in the custody of a parent. Which parent that may be will be determined as the case progresses. I appreciate y'all coming to an agreement today for the best interests of the children, and would encourage each of you to work with the department to try to resolve any issues that remain so that the department can close out this case and the children can remain in the care of a parent as we go forward. I've said a number of hearings in this case. We may or may not have all those hearings. If the case gets resolved before we get to those, we won't have them, but the case is still going on. It'll be important for you to participate in those hearings. Mr. Nickerson and Mr. Brooks, as I think I previously told you, in any litigation, you have a right to retain a lawyer to represent you. In this case, if as this case progresses, you become opposed to what the department's wanting to do in the case and desire legal counsel but cannot afford it, you can make a request for a court-appointed lawyer by filing an affidavit of indigence with the Brown County District Clerk. If the court determines you do not have sufficient assets or income to hire a lawyer on your own, the court can appoint one for you at that time. With that, I wish you all good luck, and we'll be adjourned.